In the Middle East this morning, Israel's Prime Minister is warning the people of Gaza City to leave there immediately. Benjamin Netanyahu said yesterday a ground offensive is coming if Hamas rejects the latest U.S.-backed deal, one that Donald Trump calls the last warning to the group. Hamas has said it's ready to release the 48 remaining hostages in Gaza in return for a clear declaration ending the war. Senior correspondent Sasha Petrusik live with us once again from Jerusalem this morning. Sasha, how are these warnings, this warning to evacuate, how are people receiving those concerning warnings in Gaza today?
Well, they have a tough choice to make. Many of them are deliberating whether they should be trying to dig out from under the rubble, which has been growing in Gaza City over the past number of days. We've been seeing one high-rise after another being hit by Israeli airstrikes, also tent cities and some of the smaller residential areas, smaller buildings in residential areas. So obviously there is an imminent threat, which is very, very clear. It goes beyond the statements from politicians and from others, including leaflets that have been dropped into Gaza City telling everybody to leave. A very small percentage has left, but we are told this morning from our people in Gaza that more people are seriously considering leaving since these past few days and since they've watched the destruction that they have seen. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu went on air yesterday and he had this message mainly directed to the people of Gaza.
עכשיו כל זה רק מבוא, רק ספתח לפעולה העצימה העיקרית, וזה תמרון קרקעי של כוחותינו שמתארגנים עכשיו ומתכנסים לתוך העיר עזה. ולכן אני אומר לתושבי עזה, אני מנצל את ההזדמנות הזאת ותקשיבו לי טוב. ראו הוזהרתם. צאו משם.
So, the message, leave now. Israel's defense minister has put out a warning that there would be a hurricane of attacks if this is not, if people don't pay any attention. And he gave Hamas an ultimatum, basically saying, release the hostages now, surrender now, or this hurricane is coming. Heather?
Sasha, so now we have this step of the evacuations being ordered. How is this likely to go from here? What are the likely next steps?
Well, we don't know the exact plan. We also don't know the timing, although it has been described as imminent, probably within the next few days. And there are some signals. A lot of the reservists have been told to report for duty. 60,000 of them, 60,000 new reservists plus 20,000 who've already been serving, many of them for many, many months over the past almost 2 years, have been told to stay as well. Now, these are probably going to be redeployed elsewhere, perhaps in the West Bank or the North, and the real sort of career army people will be brought in to run this invasion, as it's being called by the Israelis. Also, we are seeing tanks lining up, artillery is ready to go. Of course, the airstrikes, those have always been there. We will see drones as well. They're taking this very seriously. In many ways, they're seeing this invasion of Gaza City as a smaller version of the invasion of Gaza itself almost 2 years ago now. So this is going to be a very serious attack, but there are some problems as well. Not all of the reservists are actually showing up for duty. A smaller, the vast majority are, but there is a bigger number of those who are saying that they cannot for various other reasons, medical or family or whatever. That number has actually increased. Also, they are having some problems with equipment, tank parts because of an embargo from Germany, for instance, shortages of earth movers, other things like that. So, this is not necessarily going to be easy as a military operation either, although obviously Israel has overwhelming force compared to Hamas. Hamas, though, is dug in Gaza City. It has a huge network of tunnels there, as well as other facilities. That's where most of its fighters are still held. And so this could well be a major confrontation. This has been criticized. All of this has been criticized by many countries around the world. And we also heard it from the chief of the UN, the humanitarian chief of the UN, who had some very harsh words for Israel, actually, just yesterday.
Its infliction of indescribable suffering and wholesale destruction, its hindering of sufficient life-saving aid, and the ensuing starvation of civilians, its killing of journalists, UN staff and NGO workers, and its commission of war crime upon war crime are shocking the conscience of the world. I am horrified by the open use of genocidal rhetoric and the disgraceful dehumanization of Palestinians by senior Israeli officials.
So I think for many people in Gaza, they have thought about this as a lot of rhetoric. They haven't necessarily taken it seriously that Israel is coming in. That's probably why many are staying. In fact, there was a protest today in Gaza City of people who still refuse to go. But as I say, we're told many more are thinking of going. Heather?
Sasha, thank you very much. Again this morning, Sasha Petrusik is live in Jerusalem. And new video here this morning. The moment a fireball appears to strike a Gaza aid flotilla, which is off the coast of Tunisia. The Global Samud flotilla says its vessel, the Family Vote, was struck while it was anchored. The group released that video showing what it called an incendiary device falling on the deck and sparking a fire. Tunisian officials say its investigation is ongoing, but Tunisia is denying claims that the flotilla was hit by a drone. Tunisia says the blast came from inside the vessel. All 6 crew and passengers are safe. The flotilla set sail from Barcelona last week. It aims to breach Israel's blockade of Gaza.